Here are some of the most common warning signs of a trauma exposure response. Feelings of hopelessness, like you're in over your head and nothing you do makes a difference. Hopelessness often includes a lack of enthusiasm and the belief that no matter how hard you try, you're just not doing enough. You may find yourself minimizing the trauma of others by making comparisons to other situations you have deemed more serious. Here's an example. I know that a hurricane damaged your house last week, but it really wasn't that bad. Think about the damage done by big hurricanes like Katrina or Sandy. This represents a decrease in compassion and empathy, but it's really a defense mechanism. We minimize when we feel like we're overwhelmed and reaching a breaking point in which we simply cannot continue. Exhaustion is another common warning sign. It's more than just feeling tired. It's a weariness that you can feel all the way down to your bones. It affects body, mind, and soul, and can make you feel like it's impossible to carry on with work or responsibilities.
One of the strongest warning signs is a heavy sense of guilt that seems inescapable. Guilt can actually prevent you from feeling positive emotions or enjoying life outside of work because you're too concerned about the welfare of those you serve. Guilt can also lead to persistent negative thoughts and questions, such as how can I possibly enjoy life when I know how badly others are suffering? Some may experience intense fear as they are unable to fully process the troubling impact trauma has on children in their classroom. And others may experience anger in response to the injustice of childhood trauma and how unfair it is for innocent children to suffer. Yet another warning sign is numbing, or the gradual loss of empathy due to being overwhelmed by a seemingly endless cycle of negative stimuli. It's like a sponge that's absorbed too much water. It simply cannot take another drop. Numbing can skew a teacher's perceptions and how they react to trauma exposure. In the past, they may have reacted with shock, empathy, or remorse. But over time, their reactions could dim as trauma seems more and more commonplace and ordinary to them.
Next, we have dissociative moments, or instances in which an individual unconsciously cuts themselves off from their feelings in order to protect themselves from overwhelming circumstances. Dissociative moments can be frightening and disturbing. It's like something has all of a sudden come unhinged within you, causing you to feel disconnected from yourself and the world around you. This often occurs sporadically and without warning. You could be in the middle of a conversation with a colleague and suddenly realize you haven't heard anything they've said for the past 5 minutes. It's as though you can't track what's happening around you. And the last warning sign we'll talk about is out-of-character behavior that could be harmful or dangerous. Examples include deliberate avoidance of work and responsibilities, neglecting yourself and those around you, or overworking to the point of exhaustion. You may feel like it's too difficult to step away from your work to rest and recuperate, and so you run yourself ragged trying to do as much as you can without letting up. This is unsustainable, both mentally and physically. In time, some may suffer burnout, while others may begin relying on drugs or alcohol to cope.
These are short-term solutions to long-term problems, which will only compound if consistently numbed by substance misuse. It is a dangerous coping mechanism that can very easily spiral into addiction or catastrophic health problems.
As you might expect, the warning signs of a trauma exposure response will vary from person to person. That's why it's important to be aware of the many potentialities so that you know what to look for and don't get caught off guard.
If you notice one or more of these warning signs, it's imperative that you take them seriously. A trauma exposure response can be detrimental if ignored, and so you need to take action steps before things get out of hand. Or better yet, you should take preventative measures to reduce the likelihood of this happening at all. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but first, let's pause and check your knowledge.